Hello, I'm Tylah Tully, and today I'm joined by Bubalus Resources Managing Director Brendan Borg. Brendan, you've completed an IP survey at your Crosbie North prospect, identifying some compelling drilling targets. Talk us through the work and what you found.
Hi, Tyler. Yeah, thanks for having me on. As we announced just yesterday, we've done a significant induced polarisation survey, we call an IP survey, at the Crosbie North targets. There were 5 lines of geophysical surveying that were done, and basically the aim there was to try and add a bit of beef behind our geochemical targets that we have already at the Crosbie North project. So we know that we've got the right geology, we know that we've got high-grade gold and antimony rock chips at the prospect. So the purpose of the survey was really to help us refine our drill targets and help us know exactly where we want to be drilling as we move forward towards that program later on in this quarter.
And these targets were supported by rock chip results as well and show similar characteristics to the nearby world-class Fosterville gold mine. How encouraging is that as you continue your exploration?
Yeah, I mean, it's very encouraging. I mean, from the survey, the results that we got from the survey show that we've got the right rock type, which we already knew, but they tell us a lot about the structure of the rocks, the geometry of the folds and the faults that we see in the subsurface. But probably more importantly, the survey tells us about the chargeability of those rocks. And when I talk about chargeability, what I mean is the ability of the rocks to basically hold a charge, as the name suggests. But what that tells us in layman's terms, I guess, is that indicates the possible presence of, or the probable presence of sulfide minerals. And the importance of sulfide minerals are that usually they occur also with gold. So what the survey has basically told us is that we've got a very, very similar geometry to what we see at the highest grade parts of the Fosterville deposit, which is just about 15 kilometres away from where we are, in identical rocks as well. And so the survey has given us a really good insight into what the subsurface geology and structure looks like. It's shown that there's really high chargeability anomalies, so up to sort of 4 to 5 times the background levels, which indicate there could be a significant accumulation of sulfides in those areas. And when we combine that information with the pre-existing information on the high-grade rock chips, gold rock chips and antimony rock chips in the same areas, then that provides us with a stronger case for drilling, and we'll be out there doing that in the not too distant future.
Earlier in the month, you released the results from the maiden drilling program at Crosbie South. Talk us through the highlights and what you found there.
Yeah, so Crosbie South is located on the same tenement as Crosbie North. It's directly adjacent, in fact, but it's a different geological target. So it's what we call an intrusion-related gold system target, which for this area is not really a common target. Most of the targets in the area and the operating mines in the area are more like what we see at Crosbie North, so hosted in the metasediments. So the reason why we drilled Crosbie South first was because that was at a more advanced stage. So we had all the rock chips, we had all of the IP surveys done, so the targets were ready to go. So we drilled that. We got gold in each of the 5 holes that we drilled. So we drilled 5 holes for about 700 metres of diamond drilling. We got gold in all of those holes. We saw some high-grade results up to 50 grams per tonne in those results. So in short, I guess, whilst we haven't made an economic discovery at the Crosbie South project yet, we have got the 5 holes that we drilled. It's open, completely open at depth along strike, the mineralised system. And most importantly, we've proven that there's a mineralised system in the area, and we'll be doing some follow-up work on that in the not too distant future, and potentially adding on a hole or 2 on the end of our Crosbie North drill program to go and follow up what we did find at Crosbie South.
I think you've just touched on it there, but what is your pipeline of work from here?
Yeah, so Crosbie North drilling, that'll happen, we're sort of saying late this quarter, so mid to late September we'll start that. That'll take about a month or so, similar to the program that we did at Crosbie South. We may also do a little bit more drilling at Crosbie South as part of that program. And then in November, we'll be shifting over to our Avon Plains gold project, which is the one that we haven't drilled yet either. And that's out near St Arnaud in central Victoria. And so that'll give us a strong portfolio of things that we'll be doing, pipeline of activity that we'll be undertaking between now at the end of the year. And looking to make an assessment on these projects to see whether we want to continue with them into 2026 or not.
Well, definitely busy times ahead. Brendan, thanks for joining us today.
Great. Thanks very much.
For more ASX news and analysis, subscribe below.